Great. So first of all, guys, thank you very much for joining us on this live. I hope this live will be informative and teaching, and you will enjoy and feel like it's actually helping you out. What we're going to discuss in this live is going to be how to find a niche. What is even a niche? What are the softwares that we're looking for in order to sell a good niche? And what are the exact metrics that we need in order to find a good niche? אתה יכול לשים לשתק? שאני שומע את עצמי. So first of all, what is exactly a niche? When you're opening a shop on Etsy, the most important part in the beginning of opening the shop and opening the shop itself is to understand exactly what is it, the product that you are selling. Now, when you're selling products, you have basically categories and niches. And when you're talking about categories, it's the general idea of the product. So let's say, for instance, I sell in my shop books. Okay, that's my shop. All of my shop is books. Now I can go and say, okay, I sell in my shop's books, and then I can sell Harry Potter, I can sell philosophy books, I can sell music books, I can sell any book that comes into my mind. That's a category. In Etsy, because we're selling products that are for artists and products that are a bit more unique and a bit more special, we cannot just sell a category, we have to go a bit in deeper. So instead of saying I'm selling books in my shop, I have to go and say something like I sell philosophy books in my shop. Now, even philosophy books can be something that is a bit too broad because there's so many options and there's unlimited ways of you selling philosophy books that is still counted as a category. You have to go even deeper. So instead of saying I sell philosophy books, you have to go and say something like I sell philosophy books of the 19th century of only German philosophers. And then your options are much more limited and you can go even deeper than that in order to really reach your niche even deeper. There's a sentence that says niches are in the riches are in the niches. So it's exactly this. As you go in deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your category, that is the way for you to sell much higher and to be able to sell to more people. I know it sounds counterintuitive because you're thinking I want to sell a lot, but in Etsy, because we're selling high premium products, we do not want that. We want to sell as specific as possible. Exactly like every other luxury brands you can imagine, Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Dior, even Kenneth Cole or any other brands. They're selling very specific stuff. You will not see them just selling some random books or anything because that doesn't fit their niche. Okay, so if that's not clear, please ask questions. I'm gonna move on to the how to find a niche or how to really know that the niche is good. No questions?
Actually, it's not a question, but you talk really fast for me.
A little bit fast to talk slower or to
Just a
say
little
like
bit,
what?
just because it's so fast. I was like catching your face. Sorry,
Okay.
but yeah. Mm.
No, no need to sorry. No, no, really sorry. That's my fault. Okay. So again, the difference between a niche and the category will be that a category is a general idea of products. So let's say that right now I'm selling in my shop books. That is a category because in books I can sell whatever you can possibly think of. I can sell financial books, philosophy books, historical books, music books, whatever it is. So that's a too broad of a category that doesn't fit the niche. Inside of Etsy, the customers that we're selling to are people who are looking for high-end products and for high-end prices. Therefore, they're looking for your specialty. They're looking for something that you're special in, something that you're doing the best. In order for them to figure out what you're doing the best, you cannot sell everything, but you have to go a bit deeper. So instead of going and saying, I sell philosophy books, you will come and say, I sell philosophy books that are only from Germans in the 19th century. And then all of a sudden you have a very specific niche that this is the only niche that you're selling in your shop. Now this can be applied for anything else that you can sell. Let's say you sell lamps. So instead of saying I just sell desk lamps or lamps generally, you can say I only sell USB connection lamps for filming. And then you have a very specific niche that is fitted only for your shop. Does this make more sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So Maria, you were actually looking for some niches, right? I think you're the only one here who actually started doing some work.
Really?
Maybe-
Just curious. Yeah, starting to.
can you tell us some niches that you stumbled with so we can take it as an example and understand if it's an actual niche or just a category? Things that you thought that might be good?
A niche. Oh, eh, I thought about travel accessory, but now you category you explain the niche and category. I think the one that I'm thinking is more on the category side, not the niche side.
What was the
So
category that you were thinking of? We
I
can
was
go in
thinking
and
about travel accessories. You know,
about
like
what?
travel accessories.
Explain what it means. I'm sorry, I
Like
cannot really understand.
travel accessories, like
Travel
yeah,
accessories. Okay,
yes, yes. I think it's more on like the category side, not the niche side,
that's right.
correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So travel accessories is something that is way too broad because you can sell anything. You can sell sticks, you can sell socks, you can sell whatever it is in travel accessories. So in order for you to go deeper, you can go and say something like, I only sell travel accessories that are only for women, that are only for mountain climbing. And then you
Mm-hmm.
have something that is very small, specific niche that only certain people are looking for. So a person that is looking for socks, that is a man, will not look in your shop because you're only selling women travel hiking in mountains. Does
Okay.
it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Now, when you're going inside of a niche, it's also very important that you will not go, on one hand, too broad. On the other hand, it's very important that you will not go too small. So let's say right now you cannot go and say, or at least it will not be profitable to come and say, I only sell mountain hiking gloves for women that are in a size of large and above. Because that's already way, way too small of a crowd that doesn't fit a lot of people. And then they cannot buy from your shop. Even saying I only sell gloves for mountain hiking for women is too small. Probably, I don't know, I never checked, but I assume. So you will go and say I sell for women travel accessories for mountain hiking. That's already a bit like that. That's already a bit not too broad and not too small. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Any more questions from anyone?
I have a question. Um, in Etsy, do I the niche that we're talking about is should it be like the creative side, like unique, like more on the craft? For example, the one when we have the travel accessory about women like that. This the question is, can this become a niche or it's not really for Etsy?
I have a question too.
I'll answer Maria's question and then I'll answer yours, Dan. That's a great question, Maria. So
Okay.
first of all, of course, in Etsy we cannot sell brands. So you cannot go and say I sell Decathlon or I sell North Face or I sell Adidas or whatever it is that is a brand for travel accessories. You only have to sell products that are not branded and products that are a bit more special. Now you can come and sell something that looks like North Face as long as it doesn't have a sign on it or any tag on it, even if it's fake or not. You can sell something that looks like it, but it is preferred to sell something that is a bit more special. Now, a bit more special doesn't have to be in the configuration of the product, like in the shape or in the way that it performs. It can also be in the color. It can also be in the design. It is preferred to sell something that is a bit more special because that way you will also be able to sell it in a higher market price. So if you sell something that is regular, it's just not branded, then you're not be able to necessarily price it higher because it has no intrinsic value besides the fact that it's working. And if it's working, they can buy it anywhere else.
Mm, okay.
Make
My
sense?
Yes.
my question
Great.
is, if I decide to sell something, do I know before I'm starting to sell how many people are selling that product, exactly the same product?
That's great. So that's exactly the next subject that we're going to stumble. So when you're doing market research, basically when you're checking if your niche is profitable or not, you will be using two tools. Those are the two main tools that we're using. You can write them down for yourself because that's the tools that you're going to go ahead after this live and check them out. It's called Allura. It's Alura and EtsyHunt. That's EHUNT. No need to write Etsy in the beginning. E will do it. So those tools actually show you all of the competitors that you have in the exact same niche that you're selling.
Uh,
It shows you the amount of, sorry?
I understand. Very nice.
Yeah, so you have also all of the competitors that you have there. You also have all of the products that have been sold before you in this niche. So you can really see what exactly are the products that have been sold. So you can really look at the matrix. You can also know how long these products have been sold to. So you can check and look, okay, does these products have been sold for the last year or have they only been sold in the last 2 months and before that there was no sales whatsoever? Which is actually the exact next subject I wanted to talk about. A lot of times, especially in beginners, when they're looking for niches, I noted for all of the students that we talked back in Israel, what they're doing is that they're looking only for the thing that is trendy. So they go ahead in EtsyHunt or in Allura or in Everbee or in any other program that they use for market research, and they say, okay, this product have been sold 100 times in the last 2 months. I'm sure that if I'll sell this product, I'll make huge money. Now, the issue with this paradigm of thought is that this product might have been sold for the last 2 months, but nobody told you it was selling also 3 months ago and 4 months ago and 5 months ago. So it might be that it's just trending for the next 2 to 3 months. And then when you're trying to sell it, nobody will buy because the trend has already passed. So that's very important that when you look inside of a niche and you want to make sure that the products in that niche are profitable, you would look at least a half year. So in a half a year period, you can already say, okay, this niche is something that is selling for a long term, or it's just something that is a trendy and it will pass by. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Any more questions?
How long do I
Great.
need to sell a certain product in Etsy? Is
Say
there
again?
a more time limit?
Ask again the question.
Can I sell the product I want to sell every day, a different product, or is there a minimum time limit?
Okay, so in Etsy, the best part about dropshipping and the best part about what we're doing is that we don't own the products ourselves. The products are not in a warehouse. They don't belong anywhere. They only with the supplier. So the amount of products you can sell is basically unlimited because the Chinese factory that is producing those products are producing it in millions of amounts, like unbelievable amounts we cannot even comprehend. They're selling ships of these products. So you can sell as many as you want. If the question is how many products can you sell, theoretically speaking, that's also an unlimited amount. You can basically upload a product every day or even 2 or 3 products a day into your shop. In ePro Formula, we actually don't recommend to upload too many products because then you will be kind of like Walmart. You're selling everything from everything. It doesn't really have any intrinsic value of the luxuriousness in it. So we recommend to upload between 20 to 40 products. It really depends on the prices, but that's around the amount of product that we recommend to upload. And the time that you sell them, you can sell 20 a day, 30 a day. It doesn't really matter. As much as you can sell, the better.
Very nice.
Great. Maria, do you have any questions as well?
No, I'm still thinking. It's okay.
Okay. So when I go ahead and look for a niche, I don't really go ahead and look with the products. I look with the style. So what exactly do I mean by it? Let's say right now that I go into EtsyHunt or into Allura or into any other market research software. I go and I see that this book, surrounded by psychopaths, is great sold. Like it's sold in unbelievable amounts. People are selling it 10 times a day, 20 times a day. Some are even selling it 50 times a day. So if I'm a beginner, someone that does not really understand how Etsy dropshipping works, I can go ahead and say, okay, this guy, his name is Thomas Erickson, that's the author. He sells a lot of books. I think that if I will take other books of Thomas Erickson, I will also sell a lot. Now, that's a mistake because the fact that this book or this seller is selling this product specifically for a high amount doesn't mean that the whole niche is profitable as well. So what I will do is I will go ahead and check, okay, this is a financial book or a psychology financial book. I will go ahead and research, does all financial psychology books sell a lot on Etsy? Or is it only this book specifically? Or maybe only 5 books? And then I will know if the niche itself is profitable or just the product itself. So when you're looking for something, don't go ahead and say, okay, this product sells really well, this product sells really well, and this one does. So I guess that the whole niche is profitable. I'm going to go ahead and sell this niche. What you want to do is you want to look at the broad system and understand that all products, or at least most of the products for most of the competitors, is selling in a relevant amount. Now, another thing to consider is that there are some products that obviously will sell a lot. Let's say right now that I sell jewelry. So if I sell women jewelry, basic women jewelry, it's probably sold in thousands of times a day because it's a very common product that everybody wants to have, every woman at least wants to have. But this is also a product that is probably filled with competitors. So the stakes for me to be succeeding in this product as a small fish in a huge pond of sellers is close to zero because I need a lot of time and experience in order to sell them with skills, of course, and also a lot of experience in Etsy and their sellers to trust me. So what I need to do is to look for products that, first of all, is being sold quite a lot, but not the product itself as the style. And then I need to look for low competition and a bit of a high demand. If you find the balance between all of those things, that's the time that you really know that you'll find yourself a good niche. Now, these things takes time. Some of you guys will find the niche in the first day of selling, of opening an Etsy shop. For some of you, it will take 2 weeks. There is not really a limit of time that you really can look for a niche, and you can always find a better niche and a better niche and perfect it and perfect it. The most important thing is that you find a niche and you stick with it. Because a lot of beginners, especially people who are only opening their first shop or their second shop, they open a niche, they open a product with that niche, and then after 2 weeks, they say, you know what, this niche wasn't profitable, I'm going to quit and switch to something else. That way, it will be impossible to earn money. You literally have to wait for the time that the product will sell, allow it to grow by its own, and allow it to really make the process and the progress that it needs to make. And only then can you move on to the next niche if after a month or two you see it's unprofitable.
For how long?
There's not really a time limit. It really depends on the shop. It's something that we need to look at each time.
Is it
But I
something
would say
you
something
can?
like this.
Is it
Sorry?
is it some is it a parameter you can know when you choose a product? Is there any way to know what is the minimum time frame that you need to try to sell it?
Yeah, so I would say that a good rule of thumb is let's say right now you're working for a month, you've been uploading a product every day, you see that all of the other sellers in your niche, or at least most of them, are making sales, and you still don't make anything. I will, of course, go ahead and look maybe my SEO, basically the words that I'm using to describe the product are wrong, or maybe the picture is not good, or maybe the price is too high. If all of those metrics are aligned and you're still not selling, I would probably say that either the niche is dead or the customers that are buying the products are already returning customers and you have no chance in joining them. I would say if you work daily, in a month, if you don't have sales or very little compared to your competitors, it's a time to switch a niche. But that is, of course, if you've done the work every day. Because if not, then it doesn't matter anything.
So basically, a month is the minimum time.
That will be a good rule of thumb. Yeah, sometimes it can even be 2 months, but yeah, a month will be something that is.
The cost
it's
of
like,
marketing for all products are the same.
there's no marketing ad spend. So even when you're trying to open up a shop and you want to give it a bit of steroids, you want to push it a bit more, we don't recommend to put more than $1 or even $2 on Etsy ads because everything is in-house. So there's no reason to go ahead and other platforms and market outside.
Nice.
I have a question, Roy. So you
Sure.
said earlier that we need to upload products in daily basis, right? At least 20 to 30 products in a day. Are
No, no,
those
no.
what?
A day for a month.
For a month. So
Yeah.
in one day, that's 2 to 3 products. One product
No,
every day.
one day in the beginning, you will upload only one. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'll explain why. What we're doing on Etsy, basically drop shipping on Etsy, is something that a lot of times is, I would say, unwelcome by Etsy. Now, the reason it is unwelcome is because a lot of those sellers who are selling drop shipping products are basically, I wouldn't say scammers, but they're selling a very low price ticket product, basically low cost for a very high price. And then obviously the quality of the product is usually very low. So Etsy has some sort of, I would say, resentment towards those people who are doing drop shipping because they don't really sell usually good products. So when we're opening a shop, we still haven't proven ourselves. People still haven't given us 5-star reviews. People still haven't say how good the product is. Etsy cannot really know who we are or what we're doing. So we don't want to draw a lot of attention into our shop. So in the beginning, we really want to be gentle with the shop. We want to upload a product a day, maybe even a product every 2 days, in order not to allow Etsy to really get into the shop and check what's going on. Because let's say right now a seller comes in, just barge through the door, opens the shop, and then uploads 10 products a day. It is gonna be like, okay, who is this guy? I need to see what he's doing. I need to see what he's selling. It doesn't make sense that he has so many products. And then when they look at it, they will probably notice that you're a drop shipper and they'll just kick you out of the platform. So it's very important to stay gentle in the beginning. With time, you will understand exactly how many products you need, how many products you can upload, what are the quality of the products that you can sell, etc., etc.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No worries. Does that answer your question?
Yes, pretty much.
Great. Do you
So
have questions then? Oh, sorry, yeah, go Maria.
yeah, so the product that I will be uploading for the first month, those are the products like let's say in this specific product today I'm gonna upload how do I give an example? Yeah, the book, this book. And then tomorrow I will upload not the same book but in the same niche, right? And the next
Correct.
following week I will re-upload again the book that I uploaded in the first week. Is that okay? Or does it need to be different every day?
Okay. When you're uploading products, you always want to upload the different products. You don't want to upload the same product because then you will have a duplication in your shop and it will not really look good. What
Mm.
you can do is something that we call re-uploading. So re-uploading is basically taking the product that is down below in the listings, right? Like let's say you go now on Etsy, so you'll see products that are below the list, like something that is on the bottom screen or even on the second page of the shop. Then when you do relisting, the product jumps up high and it becomes the first listing in your shop. That's something that you can do when you're starting to sell products that are like you see that the product is not getting enough sales that it used to get before, and you can relist it and then put it on the top of the list.
Relist it, okay, but not re-upload because it will duplicate your listings, something like that.
Exactly. Because relisting just puts it on the top of the list. Uploading the same product will just have a duplication of a product, and it just doesn't look good in the shop. It looks unesthetic and doesn't not appealing.
Okay, okay, okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions, anyone? Great. So what are the exact matrix? What is the exact formula to find a profitable niche and a winning niche? Number one is that is there real demand? Is there a lot of people that are actually going inside of EtsyHunt, inside of Allura, and buying those products when we look at it? If there is a real demand and there is a lot of people that are buying it, the second thing that we need to look is the competition healthy. What does that mean healthy? That's also something very important. A lot of times, beginners think that if there is no competition whatsoever, that means that the product is great. It's very profitable. It's something that nobody ever saw, nobody reached, and I can sell it. I want to remind you, you're probably not yet Columbus. You probably didn't find America yet. In the beginning, as a beginner, you don't have the skills yet to identify when a niche is something that can be sold with no competition. You will probably need some sort of competition to have some sort of reliance and confidence that there is already someone that is selling it. So I would say that a good rule of thumb is anywhere between five competitors to 12 competitors will be good. Above 12 competitors, it's already a bit too much, and you're trying to compete with a big pond of fish that you probably, with as a beginner, with no a lot of skills or a lot of knowledge about your niche, will lose money or just will waste time. Below five competitors, it's probably something just not worth pursuing, and there is a reason nobody else sold it. And the third thing that you need to make sure is that there is a proof of life. So is there a young store, something that exists only for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, that is already making money there? Because if all of your competitors are 3 years old, 4 years old shops and they're making great money, that doesn't help you. Because you don't know if also new people, also new fish in the pond are selling. So those are the three main metrics you have to look for. Number one is not too crowded or not too little. Number two, there is not a lot of competition and not too little competition because then it's not worth pursuing. And number three is there young blood that is making money there. New shops that are just open for 1 month, 2 months, sometimes even 3 and 4, depends on the size of the niche that are actually making money.
What is the percentage of those who are making money?
What do you mean by it?
If the 100% of people are coming into Etsy, how many of those are making more than $5,000 a month in
I, I
percentage?
have I have no idea. That's a great question. I think we should ask Etsy that. I can tell you this: there is a ratio of 1 to 17 between sellers and buyers. So on every one seller, there is 17 buyers. I do know that a lot of them are also inactive because a lot of them just stopped uploading or even stopped selling. Just
What is the
shut down.
ratio in competitor sites?
It's around the same. From what I've seen last time, I think in eBay is 1 to 14. Like every 14 customers, there is one seller.
Yeah.
In Amazon, it's 1 to 13 or 12. It is quite the least competition that I've seen in organic platforms. Basically, in platforms that are a mall, not like a regular site, like a regular e-commerce shop.
So Etsy is the best way, from what I hear.
That's why we're here.
That's very nice.
Yeah, that is.
Well, yeah, there's a big difference between 1 to 17 and 1 to 13. Although it
Definitely.
sounds like only 5 or 4, but it's a big difference.
There is a big difference. But there's also not another caveat that I want to talk about between the difference in Etsy and other platforms, which is great that you put that up. The I would say the only disadvantage or the only low side of Etsy compared to other platforms is that on Etsy the money that you can make is not is it's quite limited. It's not unlimited. So I'll give you an example. I have friends who are selling in eBay or selling on Amazon or even selling on regular e-commerce shop like Shopify and like domain sites that you can find on the internet without looking for a mall inside of it. And those shops can make them 10,000, 20,000. Some are even making 100, $200,000 a month. In Etsy, I would say that the glass ceiling, the limit that you can get, is $5,000 profit, $6,000 profit a month in one shop. Now, the reason for it is that on Etsy, the competition is not high, and there is a reason for it. Etsy itself, as the platform Etsy, does not allow monopolies. It just doesn't agree to it because the whole idea of Etsy is a site of artists, of people who are looking for a bit more special shops, of people who are looking for a bit more luxurious. Therefore, they don't allow everybody to sell there. So Etsy literally limits you. They don't allow you to go above a certain number of sales. Like the highest selling on Etsy, the biggest seller on Etsy is $100,000. That's the highest. And compared to Amazon, it's like I think $5 million or $10 million a month. So that's a huge difference. So in Etsy, the system that we're building is to build a lot of shops that will allow us to make the money that we're looking for. And the positive side on it is that we don't have any risk. So if let's say on Amazon or on eBay or a Shopify, you will need to spend a lot of money on ads and stocks, in Etsy it doesn't exist. You can literally open a shop with less than $100. That's how cheap it is.
Roy,
One side and upside.
when you said about 5,000, 6,000 max in Etsy shop, right? In one shop, are you referring to sales or profit?
Every number that I'm gonna say here is totally profit. I don't care about the money that you bring in. I care about what's left.
So that's the profit, just to
Yeah.
make. Okay.
What is the percentage of the profits?
That goes between 40% to 70%. It really depends on the niche. I would say that a healthy ratio will be 50. Because 70, you're probably selling really low cost and high price, which is probably means that the quality of the product is a bit low. And 40, I would say, is not really something worth pursuing. As every sale that you make, you really have to, like grind to make more. But that also depends on the price. I mean, if you're selling a product for $1,000 and 40% is still something that you can rely on, like $400 profit a sale, make 10 sales a month, you're doing great. So it really depends. But I would say between 40 to 70 is the ratio. 50 is probably the rule of thumb to be healthy. Which also probably the next question will be compared to other platforms. In eBay, Amazon, Shopify, it's around 20%, 30%. But the prices in Etsy are also higher. Again, because of the idea of being artistic, being luxurious, being vintage, everything. That goes back to your question before, Maria. You really do want to sell products that are a bit more special. You don't want to sell anything that looks regular or that feels regular. You want to go for the high prestige, for the products that are a bit more unique.
Yeah, and you will help for that, right? You will help
course.
us choose.
That's what we're here.
Okay.
Any more questions, anyone?
No.
What? You're very silent.
Yeah, I'm just listening because I'm not really familiar with everything yet. I'm sorry. But
okay.
yeah, I'm learning. So
Okay, sure, no worries.
I have a question.
Sure.
As a beginner, would you rather to focus on selling many inexpensive items or to focus or in fewer, like in less expensive items, but to smaller number of customers?
Good question.
Okay, that's a great question. I would say that again, really everything is depend. I mean, there's not really a rule to it. In my experience, from my students, I would recommend to start with something cheap, and I'll explain why. In e-commerce, like in every other business, there's refunds. We're not perfect. The suppliers make mistakes. We can make mistakes. The customer can make a mistake. And every refund, because we want to have the best customer service possible, we will have to probably bring the money back to the consumer. Now, if you're selling very expensive products, like $1,000 a product, $1,500, $2,000 a product, every refund is like a hit on the wing. It's not something small. It can really will not tear you down, but it's something big. It's something that will take a lot of money out of you. And sometimes the supplier will not bring you back your money because it's either your mistake or just the supplier doesn't think like it's something that needs to be returned for. Also, things happen. So as a beginner, because you're not yet experienced too much with selling or with customer service or with anything like that, I would go for products that are cheap because you really don't want to have big refunds, but I wouldn't go too cheap. A good rule of thumb for this will be something between $30 a product to $100. That still gives you some sort of leisure for profit. It still doesn't make you work like an asshole because every sale you need to send, and it's a lot of work for every product that you're selling. But it's not something that's too high that if you get a refund, then you have to start struggling with it and really understand it. Also, a big difficulty with expensive products is the customer service really needs to be top notch. Because when a person is buying a product of $1,000, he really wants to get the best service. He wants to know who you are. Those sales usually take a bit of time. They don't happen in a day. There's usually a lot of customer service before they buy. I can give you an example from my shop. I have a shop of wedding dresses. Every one of the customers that is buying from me talks to me at least a week or 2 weeks before I even send them the product, because they want to make sure that the sizes fit. They want to make sure the fabric fits. A lot of metrics that they want to make sure that fits them. I sell those dresses for $1,000 a dress, $800 a dress, and the profit is like 60%. But there's a lot of work on the back end. On the other hand, I have another shop for lamps, which I sell each lamp for $50, and then I just sell like 3-4 lamps a day, and I don't really have a lot of talking to the customers. So I hope that helps you understand the answer.
Yes, thank you so much.
No worries. Questions, Maria?
I have a question.
Sure.
Sorry. So let her go first.
No, I don't have questions. It's
Okay, okay. So basically, as you said, you were selling wedding dresses, and the other one was what was that called?
Lamps.
Lamps, yeah. So like you can have different categories because, as you mentioned at first, you should be specific with that certain thing you're selling, right?
Yeah.
So you can sell as much. Does it have to be in one page, or do you have to have another page for that?
So
Because you
it's not a
said you
page,
have
it's
to
a
be specific
different
about,
shop.
because as you mentioned at first, you have to be specific about the certain thing you're selling, or were you talking about that only one thing? Like, for example, you're selling books of this specific genre, or like items for this specific gender. Like, as you were saying, you were selling wedding dresses, then from wedding dresses to lamps.
Yeah, I'll explain. So it's not really the same page. It is a different shop. Okay, you have to sell
Okay.
different shops, and yeah, you cannot sell lamps and dresses in the same shop. You will just ruin the shop, and nobody will trust you. You will have to open another shop. But the idea is to diversify, because as I said before, in Etsy there is a limit to the amount of money that you can make. The limit stands around $5,000, $6,000 profit a month. So of course we want to make as much as money as possible. 5,000 is great, but it's not something that we quit our job for, because it can end in any time. So we want to have also a lot of options and a lot of money. So then you have to open a lot of shops. I would say that also a good rule of thumb for this will be like in half a year, you want to have at least 3-4 shops minimum.
All right. Well understood. Thank you, Roy. Another question, last question. Oh my gosh, I forgot my question.
No worries.
What is that about? Oh, okay, I'll just ask when I remember it.
Also, another thing to remember, that is something that maybe what was your question. And the shops that you open after the first shop, you can still sell the same category. If you feel that there is still a need for the category, for the niche in the market, and you still feel that people will buy from you, and you feel comfortable with the niche, and you found a good supplier that gives you high-end products with good customer service, there is no issues of opening the exact same niche. It will be just a competition of your own. Now, the best part about this, that's something that I do with my shops, is let's say right now I open a shop for the wedding dresses. Let's say I have 30 products there. Let's say that 5 products of those 30 products really sells high, and a lot of the other 25 sell low or nothing at all. What I will do is I will take those 5 products and I will open another shop with only those 5 products and a few more. And then I know that those 5 are already selling a lot. So I'll be getting the customers that are already buying this from this shop. Might they go even to this shop and buy from this? it doesn't matter where they go to buy those products because they're already high profitable. They will buy from it there as well. And you can even go further. And let's say that in the the five product that you already opened, the second shop that is profitable, you have 20 products. And let's say 8 of them work really well. You can take those 8 and open another shop in the exact same niche. And you have 3 shops, same supplier, same probably around same customers, same customer service. Everything is around the same, and you're profiting from all 3 of them, which will really save you time in looking for a niche, applying the new customer service principles, getting a new supplier, etc., etc.
Roy, I have a question.
Sure.
Do you think it's better to start with a very specific niche or to keep it more general as first?
Can you give an example?
For example, if you said you were selling lamps, so only, I don't know, lamps that you can hang on the wall, or I don't know, any kind of lamps.
Okay. It doesn't matter how much of a beginner you are or how advanced you are. You always, no matter what, want to sell as specific as you possibly can get. Now, again, specifically as possibly can, it doesn't mean that you will sell something that has very high competition, or it doesn't mean that you will sell something that nobody wants to buy. You still have to answer those 3 matrix of good crowd, people that are young there, basically young shops are making money and not too competitive or not too low competition. But yeah, you want to always go as specific as possible as long as those 3 metrics are being answered.
Okay, I think I got you. Thank you.
Great. What one, did you remember your question?
Right. You actually answered it already. So
Ah,
I was
okay.
gonna ask about like looking for suppliers when you want a specific niche. How do you like look for these suppliers? Or because it's if you compare it to eBay, you can sell branded stuff, right? But here, as I've seen, the site is not branded at all. So how do you find those?
You've done your homework.
Homework. Okay, I get it. I get it.
No, that's great. That's
Thank
great.
you.
I'll tell you what. First of all, well, I want to explain something about suppliers. It's not really suppliers as you think of it. We're not talking to the Chinese factory that is selling us the product. We're talking
Mhm.
to an agent, and the agent is the one that is selling us the products. So exactly like we're drop shipping to the end customer, the agent is drop shipping to us. So the agent has connection to all of the factories in China, or at least the factories that he's talking to. I buy the products from the agent. He gets a price on me. So let's say he buys the product for $1, sells it to me for
Mhm.
$3. I send it to the customer for $7 or $8. Each one makes its own profit in the chain. The reason I'm
Okay.
talking to an agent and not to a supplier is because he has all of the products possible, right? Because it's not only selling these products specifically. Second of all, he can do drop shipping. A factory will never allow you to buy a product per time. They will only want stocks. And third of all, it's just much more comfortable to talk to a person instead of talking to a huge factory with regulations and whatever. Now, the supplier, that the agent, we bring to you. So when you open your shop, just text us. We'll send you the supplier. You don't need to go ahead and look for them. We're sending you suppliers that we spend over $1 million with our students. So they're probably good. Any
Thank
question?
you. That would be it for me.
Okay.
Roy, a follow-up question from what you said earlier,
Sure.
that let's you had a wedding, you sell wedding dress in this shop, right? And then there are 5 of this, you will take it and reopen another shop to resell this profitable dresses. Why there's a need to open another shop with this dress if you can just like put it in this shop? I'm confused about it.
What do you mean put it in this shop?
Like why you need to open a second shop, a third shop selling the same niche? Why you cannot just put it in this the first shop that you used, the five the 5 wedding dresses that's high profitable? Why you can just settle it there? Why you need to reopen and resell these dresses in another shop? What's the
The
point?
first step that you are selling the products in that does not disappear. It's exactly the same as opening another branch of a restaurant or of any shop that you open. Instead of just, you don't close the first shop. The first shop still exists. You just open another shop, another branch for other customers.
Yeah, exactly. Why you need to open another store to sell these um items again in this store? What's the
You want to
point?
make? I don't think I understand the question. I mean, you want to make more money. That's why.
Yeah, but can you not make money in this store selling the same products? Why do you have to transfer the product to another store? I mean, resell it
You
to
don't make.
another store.
You don't transfer. You duplicate. You make from both. You
The
sell on the
selling
first shop.
technique. It's a selling technique. If you know the techniques, you make more money.
So reselling it to another store will make you more money.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
don't
It's exactly
tell,
the same as having another branch of a restaurant. You just make more money on the other branch. The first
if
branch
you
still makes
become
money.
if you
You
become
just make money.
professional, you know all the techniques, and you make more money per every hour you are on the online. It's a
Mm,
matter of professionalism.
okay.
Don't tell anyone.
Got you.
Top secret.
Okay.
No,
Now
you
I
need to
Dan, I
be,
think you need to be joining as a mentor here. I think you're better than me.
as you know, if you're not professional in what you do, you don't make enough money.
Exactly. Be the best at what you do. You'll make money no matter what, right?
Yeah, you make more money than not if you're not professional.
Definitely. Does that answer your question, Maria?
yeah. Thank you.
Great. No worries.
I'm a bit confused. Like
Sure.
if I'm uploading like the same product from two different shops, won't it be like strange to the customer?
Say again. Sorry.
Like you said, that you can open like two shops and sell the same products, right?
Right.
But if I upload the same product for two different shops, like the customer wouldn't see it and say think it's strange.
That's a great question. So there's two possible answers to this. Number one, probably the customer will not remember or will not notice that there is another shop out there that looks exactly the same as you are, because you have to make a different description, a different title, a different picture. The product itself will be the same, but the whole design of it will be completely different, just a different packaging. Okay, so they probably won't notice. Number two, either way, all of the products that we're selling on Etsy are already before being done by someone else. It's very rare and very difficult, especially as a beginner, to find products that are completely new and never been used before. We will always take from other competitors products that worked for them and replicate them into our own shop. Now, again, you have to make it a complete new packaging. It cannot be any look or any close to be the same. But the product itself will be the same, exactly as Kentucky Fried Chicken can sell chicken and also Jollibee. They're both selling chicken. It's just a different way of packaging the chicken, if that makes sense.
Actually, it is. Thank you.
No worries. Next subject, or anyone has more questions? Okay, great. So I don't know if you guys know what SEO is. It's basically an acronym for search engine optimization. So in Etsy itself is a search engine. Search engine is basically a place where you look for things, exactly like Google, like Amazon, like eBay, like any other platform where you look for stuff. That's called a search engine. Now, optimizing is from the word optimization. It's basically to make the search engine as best for you and as easy for you to approach to. When we're doing SEO, it's very important to know exactly what are the keywords, basically the terms that you're using in order to allow the customer to find you. I'll give a simple example. Let's go back to the book, to Surrounded by Psychopath. I can go ahead and put a keyword of a book, right? I can just write a book because it is a book. But then what will happen is that it will open them every possible book that exists on Etsy. It will not open my book. It will open any other. So that doesn't give me any right term or any right SEO to allow them to find my specific book. What I will want to do is I will choose niches or choose tags or choose keywords that apply to my book. So we can say something like Surrounded by Psychopaths, Thomas Erickson, Financial Psychology book, I don't know, the description of the book, international bestseller, whatever it is. And those are SEO keywords that apply to my book that will allow the consumer to find my products. Before I explain why I said it, is there any questions about this? You guys, can you hear me? Guys, you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Did you hear everything I said about SEO?
Yes, search
Yes.
engine.
Okay. So most people think that SEO is just to take the title that worked really well for someone else and duplicating it for you. Let's say that right now you see a product that sells a thousand times a month. Just take the exact same title, description, keywords, and apply it into your own shop. Now, as much that is might gonna work, or it even looks like it's gonna work, it probably won't. And there's two easy reasons for it. Number one, he already has a lot of sellers. Etsy algorithm is already pushing him very hard, basically really allowing him to make more and more and more sales. If you duplicate it, Etsy will just push all of the traffic that goes into this SEO to him. They will not push it to you because you're not interesting. Either you're a new seller or very low selling. So you have to choose keywords that also have low competition, exactly the same as different niches. As if you sell a niche that everybody else sells, then nobody will come to you, they will come to your competitors. When you're looking for a niche and when you're starting to look for a niche, you have to also take a very good look on the SEO, because the SEO is the thing that defines your language, your tone, your palette, and that's what defines also your keywords. When your SEO matches your niche identity, Etsy algorithm recognizes the coherence, and when it doesn't, it just buries you. So you have to make sure that when you're doing SEO and when you're selling a niche, the SEO really fits the idea of the product. If I sell, let's go for a cup, I will not say I sell a bottle, that's of course, but I also will not say ceramic cup, or I will also not say just drinking cup, because that doesn't fit specifically the cup that I'm selling. Exactly as the product itself has to be very niche and specific, the same with as the SEO. Any questions about this?
None so far.
Okay. So there's three things, basically theories that is important to remember. I'll make it really short. If it's something that you want to go on the next slide, we can go through it because SEO is very important as well. We're just a bit short of time. Number one thing that we need to know is the anchor theory. Basically, every niche that you're choosing needs to have one anchor keyword, basically the center of gravity. Everything else revolves around it. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that I sell dresses. Okay, let's say, you know what, let's say I sell pottery. Okay, I had a shop before of Japanese pottery, like spoons, forks, knives, how do you call this? Uh, Bowls of Japanese, like Japanese decoration. So I can go ahead and say, okay, my keyword, my basically my anchor theory, my center of gravity is Japanese pottery. And therefore, from that gravity, everything else goes through. So all of my tags, all of my titles, all of my descriptions must fit Japanese pottery, because that's my gravity, that's my center, that's what I'm selling all of my things from. If you'll choose a lot of different keywords all the time, then one, you will not have a specific tone and a specific way of selling. Number two, your products will not have a specific niche around them in the SEO as well. And of course, you and your clients will get confused, because if every time you have to reinvent the wheel, then every time new customers will apply and you will not have steady flow of stream of customers. One day you'll have a lot of customers, one day you'll have almost nothing. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Great. Theory number two is the reflection theory. So Etsy's algorithm looking for reflection. They look for the same words repeated naturally across titles, descriptions, and tags. When they align, when your SEO aligns, Etsy trusts your listing. When they don't, your ranking drops. So that goes the same with the anchor theory, but it's a bit different. When you're doing descriptions, instead of just choosing only the anchor and then doing whatever you want from there, you also want to make, I would say, a list of like 5 or even 10 keywords that you apply to every one of your descriptions or to most of your descriptions and titles. That way, Etsy will know, okay, this is his unique language. This is Roy's shop. This is Maria's shop. This is Dan's shop. They know exactly what are the products you're selling. They know how to market your shop, and they know to apply to the customers that are looking for these kind of keywords. So let's say you use 10 times Japanese pottery, and one of your customers is applying Japanese pottery in his search bar. The chances of him finding you are much higher than you use it only once. Because Etsy know, okay, this guy sells Japanese pottery. There is no questions about it. He does it in every one of his titles. I know where to send the customer to. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you the second part? Were you talking about the description, like the long description, or the title?
SEO applies to every part of your shop, whether it's the keywords, basically the words that you're describing the products for Etsy's algorithm, the
Mhm.
description, the title, everything. It applies to every part of the writing of the product.
Okay, so basically, you're saying it's better if you have similar descriptions and titles for all of your products in that certain store.
Ask again. I don't really think I understood the question.
So you're trying to say that in that one specific store, it's good to have, like, for example, you have 10 products that correlates with that specific description, which says, um, what were you say, Japanese pottery. So it's better if you sell that same product, but with a different, some similar description, but with different designs and all that. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so again, the niches has to be the same. You have to always sell Japanese pottery. And then the
Mm-hmm.
keywords that you are using have to reflect all the time on the idea of Japanese pottery. So let's say I sell a bowl. I can say Japanese pottery as the first keyword, and then
Yeah.
say Japanese bowl or samurai sword or samurai bowl or whatever it is that fits the Japanese pottery. But I will use the anchor
Okay.
Japanese pottery on each one of my titles or each one of my descriptions. And then from there,
Okay.
I can choose a few more that comes with it. Okay, so let's say I say Japanese decoration or Japanese style or Japanese inspiration, whatever the Japanese I don't know um, Japanese technique. Okay, and I can use those keywords and use them in each one of my titles, my description, and then there's also a reflection of the exact same keyword again and again, and Etsy will know where to send who to what.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Wait, the third theory is the velocity theory. Etsy wants to know the product that you're selling and the keywords that you're using to sell your products are fast. People are looking for them, they're hot, they're getting attraction, they're getting people that are wanting to buy them. If your keywords are very low in the velocity of the searches and they're very low demand, then Etsy will not market you because that doesn't you mean that means that you don't bring traction into Etsy. As the business model of Etsy is they're profiting from two main things. Number one, they profit from you every sale that you make. They take 10 to 12% on each sale that you make because you don't need to make ads. They just give you all the attractions for free for organic. And number two, if you spend money on Etsy ads, that's your only two ways of making money. So in order for them to make a lot of money, they need you to sell a lot. So if you're not choosing products that are selling a lot, then they will not market you as you're not benefiting them. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Great. So choosing a niche, it's something that you can do from your gut. You can do it if you think that you understand how it looks like, and you can do it from creativity. You can even do it if it's just something that you found really interesting and you think that will sell a lot. But that will get you medium results, maybe even low results. If you really want to make sure that the product that you're selling and you really want to make high money from the product that you're selling, you want to go and really sell something that has good technique, good SEO, good traction, low competition, all of the metrics that we talked about. If you don't go that way, your products are either going to be mediocre or they're just not going to exist. It's really important to make sure that you sell products that are technical, correct technically, and of course, that are also interesting and looking well, because if they don't, they probably won't buy as well. Do you guys have any questions? Anything that you want to know before we close this up?
Let's hit the road.
Sorry?
Let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road.
Hit
Wow.
the road.
Hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. Because your name
That's
is
it.
your name is Dan, not Jack.
No,
Dan
hit the
Cohen.
road, Jack. Yeah, that's it.
No, but you're Dan, you're not Jack.
Yeah, but the song, hit the road, Jack.
Okay. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this live. I hope it helped you out. I hope it makes you understand a bit more about how Etsy works, what is the niche that you need to choose, how to apply SEO. Of course, there's many more metrics that can get into your success on Etsy, and there's many more things that you can apply in order to make sure that you will become successful. It is important to know that knowledge is great and it's important and it will help you out a lot. but nothing will happen without experience. If you won't actually go and open a shop and fail and not make money and spend money on Etsy ads and get refunds, or the opposite, make a lot of money and get happy customers, all of this knowledge will go to waste. You have to try, you have to hit the road, get out there, and actually open yourself a shop. Of course, for those of you who are watching, some of you are in the group chat, some of you are not. I'm going to leave now in the chat a link to our group chat. You can all join if you wish to. You can learn from us and learn exactly what we're doing and ask us any question that you feel. Will be right now in the chat. If there's any more questions, you are more than welcome to ask us. Of course, in the group chat, you can ask us any question that you like about your niche, about your supplier, whatever it is. We help everybody. Please feel free to join. And if you have any more questions for this live, that will be the time. You guys?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Roy.
No worries. And also,
Thank you, Roy.
before we sum this up, if you guys can, Maria just reminded me, and she's right. If you guys can join our Instagram, I'll send it to you right now as well. Sorry for the summary. Maria is very smart. I'm not smart as Maria. Great. You can also join the Instagram account. It's also now in the chat. And thank you guys for joining me. It was great.
Thank you very
Thank
much. It was
you.
very interesting.
Bye.
Bye
I'm
bye,
gonna
guys.
hit
Thank
you
you.
up when I
Goodbye.
have questions, okay? Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Good night.